So here's a perspective that can help you feel a little less uncomfortable when you're setting boundaries. So when you're setting boundaries, especially with somebody who lacks self-awareness, they're probably going to call you rude for setting those boundaries, for saying no to them. And being called rude can be very appropriate, in fact, very befitting, if you look at it in this perspective, that them calling you rude is actually revealing their disrespect for your boundaries, for saying no to them, not attacking your character. And so when you look at it that way, then you feel a little less uncomfortable because you're not really rude. You're just saying that you're not able to do something or you don't want to do something for the other for reasons that you may want to disclose or not want to disclose. And that is within your rights. And you want to look at the different factors that are involved when you're setting boundaries, right? So the factors can be internal or external. Internal in the sense that you find it difficult to say no, but externally there's no pressure for you to say, for you to not say no. And then external means the person that you're saying no to makes it very difficult for you to say no to them. So you want to be able to examine this and see where your problem is coming from. For people who have internal struggles, they tend to overgeneralize the problem. And so they tend to say that they find it very hard to say no to everyone. But when you really ask them to pay attention, you'll find that it's just a specific group of people that they find it difficult to say no to. And this is because there's a gain that comes from saying yes to these people, psychological gain. And it could be that they want to be perceived well by these people, and that hence comes in the people-pleasing factor. So that's internal. External, you are comfortable saying no to the other person, but then the other person makes it extremely difficult for you to say no. They frustrate you to the point that you find yourself giving in just to avoid being further frustrated. And I find that with the external factor that makes it difficult for you to set boundaries is usually with people who lack self-awareness that is driven by self-centeredness. So these people may have their own boundaries. Take, for example, me and you. I'm the one who lacks the self-awareness and that is driven by self-centeredness, selfishness. So I will tell you no when you ask me to do something for you, when you ask me to be there for you, to show up for you. I will say no, and I expect you to be okay with that, to not challenge that no. That is how I interact with you when I'm setting my boundaries. And when I ask you to do something for me, and you say you can't do it, I challenge that. I frustrate you. I make it very difficult for you to say no to me, to the point that you find it harder to say no than to say yes. And so you end up saying yes, you give in. And the reason why I lack the self-awareness is because I believe in my self-centeredness that what I think is more important than what you think. What I do in my life is more important than what you do. What I need in my life is more urgent than what you need. And so I've put myself up here, that's why I'm self-centered, and I've put you down here. And so I always expect that whatever I need, you can give it to me. But whatever you need, it can wait. And so once you're able to get what the problem is, that you're struggling with setting boundaries with somebody who is self-centered, with somebody who lacks awareness in their own self-centeredness, then that tells you what you need to do. That you need to be very firm on your no, and you need to stop getting affected by the labels that they're giving you so that they can frustrate you, guilt trip you into saying yes to them. And when you figure that out, then you know how to deal with such people. You're able to even identify them.